you all in my surgery online class, and today we will discuss the topic papilloma. Last time we studied about the lipoma, so we are going with the tumors, benign tumors of the human body. So the first we studied was the lipoma, and today we will take papilloma. So these are all benign tumors. As we have already discussed, but I am again reminding you all that what is tumor? Tumor is a extra growth. It is a pathological condition. It is not normal. So there is growth or the multiplication and too much replication and dividation of the cells, and these cells will grow independent. There is independent growth of each cell, and they are arranged atypically. So there is no use of these tumors. There is no use. So these are the tumors where the unnecessary growth of the cells is going, and that unnecessary multiplication and growing of cells forms the tumor, and these tumors are subcategorized into benign and malignant. Malignant are dangerous, and benign tumors can later on get transferred into the malignant. So we are taking benign tumors. Today we will take papilloma. So papilloma is also a benign tumor. Lipoma was arising from the yellow fat, and this papilloma, this benign tumor, are arising from the skin or mucous membrane. So this papilloma are the benign tumors originating or arising from the skin or mucous membrane, and this papillomas have a core, so inner core, and are typical in shape like finger-like projections. So these papillomas have finger-like projections having a inner core. This is the inner core. This red ones are the blood vessels, and this is blue ones are the lymphatics. So these papillomas are the benign tumors arising from the skin or the mucous membrane, and they have a finger-like projection and an inner core of lymphatics, blood vessels, then lining, epithelium lining, connective tissue, so these all things, these are in the inner core: blood vessels, lymphatics, connective tissue, and the epithelium lining. So this all forms the papilloma. Now this papilloma can be single, multiple, or can be pedunculated, having the peduncles in the base, or this papillomas can be congenital also. Now the types of papilloma, basically there are two types. The first is the skin, arising in the skin papillomas, and this arising from the mucous membrane, viscera, or the organs. So the first is that papillomas or the benign tumors arising from the skin, and the second papillomas are arising from the mucous membrane, viscera, and organs. Then the skin one is subcategorized into the squamous squamous papilloma. These squamous papillomas are typically manifested over the skin, and especially they are seen in the cheek or in the tongue area. So they are present on the tongue or cheeks area, squamous papilloma, and this can be categorized into subcategorized into soft papillomas. Now soft papillomas are a type of squamous papilloma, means these are also originating in the skin, and they are seen on the upper eyelids, especially in the elderly persons, and they look like a swellings, brownish swellings over the eyelids of the elderly patients. So in old age people it occurs in the eyelids and seen as a brownish swelling. The soft papillomas are manifested over the eyelids and as a swelling, brownish swelling. Then this B category is this the skin. Under skin papilloma, there first is squamous papilloma and the second is basal cell papilloma. So we are talking about the types of papilloma here. The first is skin papillomas that are originally seen in the skin region, skin area, and these are subcategorized into two. The first is squamous papilloma, a type of skin papilloma. The soft papillomas are also a type of squamous papilloma seen over the eyelids in the elderly patients, old age patients, and in clinical features you can see a brownish swelling over the eyelids. Then the second type of skin papilloma is basal cell papillomas. These are actually seborrheic keratosis. These are seen on the trunk, over the trunk, and in skin papilloma there will be the swelling, brownish swelling, but in case of basal cell papilloma there will be a patches over the trunk, brownish elevated patches, brownish elevated patches, and this brownish elevated patches will be little greasy or transparent in look, or will give the look of little oily. So the look will be little oily or greasy and transparent. There will be elevated brownish patches on the trunk. This is the basal cell papilloma. Now this was the first. We have subcategorized into squamous papilloma and basal cell papilloma. Soft papillomas seen over the eyelids as a brownish swellings are a type of squamous papilloma. Second was papillomas arising from the mucous membrane and organs viscerals. So these are subcategorized into again the squamous papilloma. This is different. Papilloma of the larynx. Now squamous papilloma of the larynx will cause obstruction. Where? Obstruction in the respiratory pathway. So there will be difficulty in breathing and will produce obstruction in respiration. This squamous papilloma in the larynx. Then columnar papilloma. This columnar papilloma is in the region rectum, and this causes mucus diarrhea. Then third is cuboidal papilloma. This is present in gallbladder. Then breast papilloma, we have already taken this topic. This is usually in the duct of the ducts of the breast. So this is actually called the duct papilloma. and this will cause bleeding of the nipple. Then transitional papillomas. These are present in the bladder. This will cause what? Hematuria. So, the papillomas arising from the mucous membrane, viscera and organs are categorized into these types. The first is squamous papilloma that occurs in larynx and will produce respiratory obstruction. Then columnar papilloma occurs in rectum and will cause mucus diarrhea. Cuboidal papilloma occurs in gallbladder. Then breast papilloma is actually called duct papilloma, which will cause the bleeding in the nipples, and this will later can get transferred into the malignant condition also. Then transitional papilloma that occurs in bladder and will cause hematuria. So these were the types of the papillomas. Now the papillomas can be congenital and multiple, single or pedunculated, and these papillomas are finger-like projections and are called skin tags. These are also called skin tags, or can also be called by other name. And don't get confused in the exams if the question comes explain the skin tag or hematoma. Hematoma. So don't get confused, this all the same things. Then in complications, these papillomas are benign tumor, but this can get secondary infected. There could be formation of any secondary infections there. Also, these benign tumors can later on turn into the malignant conditions, especially the papilloma tumors of the gallbladder, breast or rectum areas get converted into the malignant changes. So this can turn into dangerous condition. So it's better to excise them. So in treatment, we will remove this growth, this extra growth which is of no use and can be dangerous laterwards. So in treatment, we will remove this, and it depends if there is any complication present or if there is other features, clinical features are present, and if there is pain, then the treatment will be on the depending underlying pathology.